It was just another cold, gray morning on the outskirts of Atlanta, where 13-year-old Aaliyah Evans trudged along the cracked sidewalks on her way back from the community center, her worn sneakers scuffing the dirt. The community center was her only refuge from the loneliness of the group home where she stayed, a place that smelled of bleach and hopelessness. Aaliyah had grown up in the system, shuffled from foster home to foster home until no one really tried anymore. The world seemed to have forgotten her, but she hadn't forgotten the world. Despite what life had thrown at her, she still believed in kindness. As she crossed the overpass, something strange caught her eye. In the distance, a silver car swerved violently on the rain-slick highway, crashing through the guardrail and tumbling down the embankment. The sound was deafening, the screech of metal, the shatter of glass, the ominous silence that followed. Aaliyah froze for a second, heart pounding, then sprinted toward the wreckage without a second thought. Most people would have run the other way or stood by and called for help, but not Aaliyah. She didn't have a phone. All she had was courage. Sliding down the muddy slope, she reached the crumpled luxury car. Smoke rose from the hood and the acrid smell of gasoline filled the air. Panic flared inside her, but she pushed it down. Through the shattered driver's window, she saw him, an older man, maybe in his 70s, unconscious, blood trickling from a cut on his forehead. His white hair was matted, his expensive suit torn. Aaliyah banged on the window. "Mister, can you hear me?" "Please wake up." No response. She tried the door. It was jammed. The smoke was getting thicker now, and fear clawed at her chest, but she refused to give up. Grabbing a large branch, she swung at the window again and again until finally the glass gave way with a crack. The man groaned, stirring slightly. "It's okay, sir. I'm gonna get you out," she said, her voice trembling. Reaching through the broken glass, she unlocked the door from the inside and pulled with all her might. Inch by inch, it creaked open. She unbuckled his seatbelt, tugging his heavy frame free, dragging him away from the wreckage just as flames began to lick at the engine. Her lungs burned. Her arms ached, but she kept pulling, desperate to get him to safety. When they were far enough, she collapsed beside him, gasping for air. His eyes fluttered open. He looked at her, this scrawny, mud-covered girl with fierce brown eyes, and whispered, "You ... saved me." But before she could answer, sirens wailed in the distance. Aaliyah stood and waved frantically until the paramedics arrived. They rushed to the man's side, lifting him onto a stretcher. Aaliyah watched silently, unnoticed, as the EMTs worked. One of the paramedics turned to her. "You okay, kid?" She nodded, wiping the soot from her face. "Did you see what happened?" he asked. "I just saw the crash. I had to help." He gave her a look of respect. "You're a hero." But Aaliyah didn't feel like a hero. She just felt tired. As the ambulance sped off, she turned and walked home, her mind racing. She didn't even know the man's name. And she certainly didn't know she had just saved a billionaire. That night, Aaliyah lay in her tiny bed at the group home, staring at the ceiling. Rain tapped against the window, and the events of the day replayed in her mind. Somewhere out there, that man was alive because of her. She smiled to herself, not because she wanted praise, but because she had done what was right. Meanwhile, in a private hospital suite across town, James Hargrove, the man she saved, lay awake, thinking about the mysterious girl who dragged him from the wreck. A self-made billionaire, James had built an empire in real estate and tech. But money hadn't saved him today. That girl had. And he intended to find her. The next morning, news of the mysterious highway rescue spread like wildfire. Headlines called it a miracle. The man behind the wheel of that wrecked car was none other than James Hargrove, worth billions, known for his philanthropy and iron will. Reporters speculated about the identity of his unknown savior. James, now recovering, was restless. He had demanded the police sketch artists, investigators, anyone who could help him find the girl, but no one came forward. No one knew who she was. All James remembered was those determined eyes and the kindness in her voice. Meanwhile, Aaliyah kept to herself. At school, at the group home, she said nothing of what she had done. She didn't want attention. She just wanted to move on. But destiny had other plans. Days turned into weeks, and still, James searched. He put out rewards, quietly asking shelters, community centers, anyone who might know. Then, one evening, as Aaliyah volunteered at the community center helping serve dinner, James arrived unannounced, accompanied by his assistant. His heart raced as he scanned the room, and there she was. The same fierce eyes, the same quiet strength. Their gazes met, and for a moment the room fell away. "It's you," he said softly, approaching. Aaliyah froze, unsure what to say. James knelt so they were eye to eye. "You saved my life. I've been searching for you." Aaliyah shrugged shyly. "It was nothing, sir. I just didn't want you to get hurt." James smiled, tears glistening. "It was everything, and I want to thank you properly." From that moment, Aaliyah's life changed forever. James offered her scholarships, mentorship, and most importantly, a family that saw her worth. Together, they began projects to help kids like her because James knew that in saving him, Aaliyah had shown the world what true wealth was: compassion.